Heyo, and what is up, gang? Thank you for checking out Sledgehammer TV tonight. For the last 7 seasons, Game of Thrones has built this series, built the entire show around the fact that winter is coming, giving us a main villain like the Night King with his armies of the undead, from giants and all kinds of wildlings all over Westeros, all these weird and crazy zombie soldiers as your main threat, with a secondary villain of Cersei Lannister, who is multiple layered in her character, has done some vicious and vile things, and neither of those characters matter at all, with still one episode left before this series concludes, and I don't understand what the hell they are doing and why they are doing it. So I am going to tell you guys everything that I didn't like on this show tonight, and we are going to do it Sledgehammer TV style, right here on Hammer in Hollywood. My name is Nick Nightmare, and you are watching the Game of Thrones review and reaction show. Let's do this. I don't get it. I don't understand. With one episode left in the entire series, now you decide to go all in and fully make a turn and make Daenerys Targaryen the series' final villain, the most epic villain. Where during the course of this series was it being foretold that a new mad king or queen will come? Where was there ever a preconceived threat of something after the long night? Something after winter was going to come? That's not what the name of this show was. This wasn't about a return of a mad king or queen. And I don't want to hear that, oh, well, they've been dropping hints on this throughout the entirety of the show. That's not what I seen. They have ruined the journey of Daenerys Targaryen in what I thought was going to be a heroic turn, an epic heroic conquest, which is what I thought we were building to. You took this character who started out as a waify, just absolutely unopinionated shell of a little girl. She was just property. She was sold like a piece of trash to the highest bidder so that her brother can get his hands on an army. And then you have this rise of power. You have her go through all of these trials and tribulations, this tremendous journey for her to get into the position that she finds herself in, which is just a few steps away from reclaiming the Iron Throne. And instead of doing it that way, you want to turn it around and make all of it for nothing, because she's just going to fucking lose it in the end. Why? Because her new boyfriend is her nephew. She can't get over that. He's going to come and want to be the king. She can't get over that. He's been telling her to her face, I don't want to be the king. Don't worry about me being the king. But now she's going to go and burn the entirety of King's Landing to the ground because she's afraid of what? Why did she make that happen? Why did she go against her word? Why is she going mad? What is the motivating factor behind her making all these decisions that are going against everything that we have come to learn, against the character? This is a woman that was freeing slaves. She freed all of the Unsullied. Every move she has ever made has been done with the utmost importance being stressed, as nobody should be harmed while we're trying to do this. Even while she had assassins attacking her, they were trying to find peaceful resolutions. We have to try to talk. And she would only make the aggressive move when necessary, when she was being immediately threatened. She wasn't going out there conquering for the sake of conquering. She was going and helping to the best that she could so that she could have a free nation. So all of her disciples and all of her followers could be free men and women to choose to live the life that they want to live. And now she's just burning the entirety of King's Landing to the ground with no regard for her own soldiers. She doesn't know if Jon Snow is down there. She doesn't give a shit if Jon Snow is down there. She don't care if Tyrion's down there. She don't care what the fuck is going on. She don't care that there's women and children. She's just taking one dragon and obliterating everything. And let's talk about that for a second. Last week she's flying around with 2 fucking dragons around the Iron Fleet. 1 dragon gets taken down, and they couldn't have taken down the Iron Fleet, but now she's got 1 dragon. It's just her and Drogon, and she takes out the entirety of the fleet and every fucking Scorpion outpost that ran around the whole entirety of King's Landing. 1 dragon did that. But last week with 2 dragons, they did fucking jack shit. How does that make sense? That doesn't make sense to me. And why didn't she just go straight for the tower? Cersei's fucking standing in the tower, looking out the window, watching all of this destruction. And you see her, apparently, from across a great distance on the back of your dragon, and you don't go flying straight for her. And the whole thing just like that. Boom. Done. We will unseat her root and stem. That didn't mean you had to annihilate everybody. Breaking your word to Tyrion Lannister. He asked you all. He told Jon Snow, he told Daenerys, if those bells ring, hold your fire, lay down your arms, the city will be ours. It will mean surrender. And they rang the bell, and the soldiers laid down their arms. And then she attacks? What was it? What was it that made her snap? Oh, well, this is King's Landing. This is the home of her ancestors for 300 years. It encapsulates and envisions everything that was taken from her. So why would she want to burn it to the ground? And why does she have any sort of emotional connection to it at all? She's sitting there staring at it, huffing and puffing on the back of the dragon, like she's looking into her father's eyes or something. I don't know. But she's never seen fucking King's Landing before. She's never seen the Red Keep before. And she's looking at it like, that's my toy, I want it back. It has some sort of an emotional grip on her, so she doesn't want to destroy the tower. She's just going to destroy the town around it? What? Killing innocents and thousands of innocent people in the process? Also, you can set up the final episode to be Jon versus Dany? Who the fuck signed up for that? I didn't sign up for that. I certainly didn't see that coming. But what was it? We don't even really know. What was it that pushed her over the edge? Was it Varys? Varys being Varys, doing his thing that he told her he was going to do when he sees her step out of line and sees her start acting in a certain way that he don't agree. He told her he was going to do what he was planning on doing. And just because he knew the truth, he gets bitched out in a very unceremonious way, which is the theme of the night with the deaths in this whole entire episode. Varys gets just burnt by the dragon, all because Daenerys says so, and Jon's just standing there. Jon's just fucking standing there, letting it happen without a fucking word. Tyrion is the one that brought this whole thing on, and, like, why didn't Varys... If Varys was just gonna fucking die, he should have just died in the Battle of Winterfell. The same thing holds true for a lot of the people we are going to talk about tonight. What was it? Was it Missandei? Missandei getting her head chopped off? Was that too much? Was it the death of the other dragon? What was it? I don't understand it. Then she makes this deal with Tyrion to fall back when the bell rings. And then Tyrion goes and lets Jaime Lannister go. They found Jaime Lannister trying to leave. They withheld him as ordered by the Queen. He goes and lets Jaime go, even though Daenerys tells him, if you fuck with me one more time, I'm going to kill you. And he takes this chance because he wants everything to end without bloodshed. He still wants to show the Queen that she can do things the way he believes she intended them to be done. Because Tyrion believed in her. Varys believed in her. Jorah believed in her. And knew that she was going to be a different queen. She wasn't going to follow the path of her ancestors and do some crazy things. But that's not where we're going with that character. Jaime gets released and goes back to King's Landing, only to meet up with Cersei. And here comes another big problem that I have with this show. Cersei Lannister has been the bitch of all bitches. She has been the most conniving, the most sinister, the most maybe evil person on this show. And there is no comeuppance for her. She gets to die in the arms of her brother while the Red Keep collapses into the ground while they stand together in the catacombs. They get a romantic death. Why? Why? You're teasing, oh, Arya's gonna kill the Night King. I'm sorry, Arya did kill the Night King. You're teasing Arya's gonna kill Cersei Lannister because she's got green eyes. People are saying Jaime Lannister was going back to King's Landing to be the one to kill Cersei. That's why he left Brienne. There is all sorts of speculation, and what we get is much less impactful and very unceremonious and just lackluster and seems lazy to me. Oh, why? Because, oh, well, Jaime Lannister said that if he chose any way to die, he would want to die in the arms of the ones he loved. So what does that mean? Does that mean that next week, on the final episode, we're going to see Tyrion Lannister laying in a bed, dying while he has a woman on his cock and a drink in his hand? Or that's the way he said he wanted to die? Is that what we're doing? We're dying by the way we're going to callbacks? Oh, well, he said this. We'll make him die that way. After he gets punked out by a fucking scumbag pirate, nonetheless. He gets stabbed in the side and survives that. He survives the Battle of Winterfell, despite all odds, to die in a fucking garbage pile. The Kingslayer, Jaime Lannister. You asking me, Cersei got off easy. She got off easy. She got to just sit there and cry and feel bad for herself while she got hit by a ton of rocks. She probably didn't feel a thing. She probably was immediately knocked unconscious and then was dead within seconds and had no fucking idea. That's what she deserved after all of the pain she put everybody through. She blew up the friggin' Citadel. She destroyed the entire friggin' house of... It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Cersei didn't matter. That's what you're telling me. Cersei's character didn't matter. She didn't need a final arc. She didn't need to finish anything. Do we know whose baby it really was? No. Was it Jaime's? Was it Euron's? Do you care? No. Does it matter? No. Because she's just underneath a pile of rubble now. That's satisfaction. That's how Daenerys got her satisfaction, by getting vengeance on the people that took the Iron Throne from her. The people that tortured her family, the Lannisters. That's okay. Does she even know if they're dead? Awful. Absolutely fucking awful writing. I didn't care for this episode at all. It has been downhill since the Battle of Winterfell. It has all been... Actually, it was downhill before that. The Battle of Winterfell is the only episode you need to watch in this entire season. That was the beginning and the end of the final season. That's all you need to know. Up until everything that's been happening after this has just been fucking bullshit. And it doesn't matter. And the best thing we can hope for is that George R.R. Martin is watching this and is taking notes as to what not to do when he decides to finally write the couple of final books, or however long it is he wants to keep Game of Thrones going. And this is a risk I guess you take when you decide to end a show before the books are finished. And you got creative control over all of these beloved characters, and then you decide to just do fucking fan service. Why was Arya Stark in this episode? You explain it to me. Oh, well, she was going to go kill Cersei. And then she goes all this way with the Hound, just for the Hound and her to be like feet away from her goal and have him send her away. Oh, if you follow me, you're going to die. And she's like, oh, thanks, Sandor. And everybody's jerking off. Oh, she called him Sandor. What an emotional moment. Are you fucking kidding me? After all that, this is Arya Stark, who killed the Night King. On that note, she decides to leave to not accomplish her mission of vengeance because it's going to lead to her end, rather. And then she struggles to get out of King's Landing. She's getting trampled on. She's pinned to the floor, saved by some homeless lady with her child. Barely escapes. A few close calls with the dragon. All for what? You brought her all the way there to have her show us the way out? But more importantly, she couldn't just whoosh her way out of there. She got past an entire army of undead. She got him past a circle of White Walker generals without anybody noticing. without moving like the wind. Whoosh! Night King, bang! But she can't get the fuck out of King's Landing without being noticed. Without using stealth, without getting trampled. Slayer of the Night King almost stomped to death because she decided to not kill Cersei. Does that seem like something Arya Stark would do? Don't you think she would rather go down a glorious path? What is she living for? She's not a lady, right? She's not going to go back and live happily ever after with fucking Gendry. What is she going to do? Stupid. Fucking trip for nothing. In the Hound of the Mountain, they have this big epic fight. It was okay. I'll say this was okay. But I thought it was pretty much a cop-out to have them have this battle end with the two of them just falling from a great distance into a giant pit of fire like we were watching Terminator 2. Right? Oh, well, it's poetic because the Hound was afraid of fire and he was burned by the fire and he died by the fire. What the hell is so poetic about it? It could have been done a million other ways except for that typical high, fall from a high distance fucking bullshit. The fight itself was pretty entertaining, and if we're going to give points and props to anything, we have to speak very highly of the directing, and the cinematography on this episode was fucking tremendous. As much as I hated the scene and felt it was very unnecessary to have Arya Stark there just to try to get people to care about what's going on in King's Landing in the aftermath of the main attack, it was so beautifully filmed, man. It did kind of just pull you in. And you almost felt the dirt and the soot around you. The way it was filmed made you feel almost like documentary style war film type stuff. And it was very, very powerful. The effects with the dragon burning King's Landing to the ground, as much as I hated all of the aspects of these things, they were filmed and executed with precision and perfection that you do not often see on television. This is definitely Hollywood level stuff, but when it comes to the writing and the story that they are telling, no matter how beautifully you tell it, I cannot grasp the direction that you are going and how with one episode left we're taking another crazy shift. We wrapped up the Night King in one episode, then we took a little break, and now we wrapped up Cersei in this episode without even a whimper, without even a fight. She was just wiped off of the planet with little to no effort. And no big moment, no confrontation, no big speech, just like the Night King. Just like they did with the Night King. They were just there, and now they're gone. Into dust. Jaime Lannister's character definitely deserved much better than that. And on the flip side, why make him go through all that shit with Brienne? Why did you make him be the one to take Brienne's virginity, only to have him leave her and break her heart and see her whimpering and cowering in the corner because her boyfriend left her? It's the last time we've seen Brienne. She was sniveling like a big baby, only for him to go and die like this. Why, if you were going to do that, you should have just let it be Tormund. It would have been more fun. At the very least, people would have got a kick out of it. It would have been something you would have been really hinting towards. Instead of making it seem like Jaime Lannister maybe took a turn in his character and then actually didn't, because in the end, they were born into this world together. They're going to leave into this world together. Bullshit. Why do you have to go that route? The fucking predictable bullshit route. You could have let Jaime Lannister show maybe he made a turn and, you know what, fuck Cersei. I like this girl now. That's why I did what I did. I slept with Brienne and I'm staying with Brienne. And then maybe you have fucking Cersei find out and have the Mountain rip his fucking throat out if you're going to kill Jaime Lannister. At least that would have been emotionally impactful. You would have had her standing there with tears in her eyes while her man monster rips her fucking lover's throat out because he betrayed her and had sex with a fucking lady man. That would have been better than seeing them covered in fucking dirt in each other's arms crying like a couple of babies. I don't understand a lot of the places they went with this episode. A lot of really fucking easy cop-out ways to just wrap things up. It's feeling very, very rushed, and leading into one more episode where I'm struggling to even care. Because you took a character that I have rooted for the last 7 years, a character that I grew to love, and if I was a soldier would have pledged my allegiance to Daenerys Targaryen and followed her to the ends of the world, only to have her turn on all of us, essentially. Going mad. The easy way out. Instead of doing something creative and different. And making a true, strong character for women to look up to. Now, anybody that was looking up to her and looked at her as a woman of power and a woman who has, rose the ranks and, just looked at her in any sort of an inspirational manner whatsoever. You just throw that out the window because no matter how much you got, you could still go fucking crazy, apparently. I don't know. I did not enjoy this path. I have not enjoyed the final episode or the final season as a whole. And the once great series is coming to an end with an emphatic dud. And I don't see what they could possibly do next week to make me change my opinion on the fact that this might be the worst finale I have seen a show have in quite some time. I'm talking, this is almost like Sopranos level bad. If you guys hated that ending of The Sopranos, this definitely is right up there with that, because it just took everything that we've been taught, everything that you've showed us for the last 7 years, and just threw it all out the fucking window for the sake of doing what? I don't know. You know who else doesn't know? George R.R. Martin doesn't know, and that's why this is happening. If you're a producer in Hollywood, I know you're probably not watching this channel, but if by some small chance you are, do not ever option a book that does not have a conclusion. No matter how fucking cool it is, let the author finish it up, tie it up in a bow, and make it so you have everything you need. Because when you leave it in the hands of these Hollywood creative people, Game of Thrones ends up feeling more and more unimportant and less impactful with each episode, and that is not what you want when you're trying to say goodbye, especially to a show that is so beloved, or at least was so beloved, as Game of Thrones. That is my thoughts on tonight's episode. Don't forget to let me know your thoughts on tonight's episode in the comments section down below. If you enjoyed today's episode in any way, don't forget to smash that like button. Let me know you did. And of course, subscribe to this channel for more coverage of pop culture and pro wrestling and video games, as Sledgehammer TV can only bring to you. The hammer comes down on everything on this channel, and we want to see you guys there every time we do. Professional wrestling fans especially, do not forget to join us for our #1 show on this channel, the Monday Night Raw review, later on tonight or tomorrow, depending on what time you're watching this video. And also SmackDown Live and everything coming up, and including Money in the Bank. We are also setting up for a big summer of blockbuster movies where we are going to be reviewing things. We're going to maybe do some trailer videos and stuff like that, so keep your eye on the channel. If you're looking for more entertainment stuff, this is going to be the place to be. And don't forget to check out all of our WWE 2K simulations with the action called by yours truly, with a couple of winners and surprising winners that you do not want to miss. Thank you guys very much for being with me tonight. My name is Nick Nightmare. This is the team, Thor the Sledgehammer, the official Sledgehammer of the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show, and his tag team partner, the World Heavyweight Champion of all the microphones in all the world, Mr. Blue the Snowball. The most important member of the team, as always, is each and every one of you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Check out everything else on the channel, which will be up in the annotations up above. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, and we will try to review everything that you guys suggest, I guess, as long as it is something that I enjoy as well, because this hammer comes down on anything, as soon as it pisses me off. Thank you guys once again for being here. That is going to do it, and we are out of here, and we will see you next time right here on your home for Hollywood reviews, Hammerin' Hollywood, only on Sledgehammer TV, right here on YouTube.com. What did they do to my show?